Hey everyone, it's Ollie, and today is Wednesday, the 20th of April to be exact, and it is time for another Top 5 Wednesday. So just sort of bear with me and ignore my overall appearance and this sort of vlog-like style of filming. Promise I'll be back at what I normally do in the next few weeks. Hopefully next week. But for now, I figured this will have to do. So, the theme for this week, as I stated previously, the 20th of April, 2016, is books you are intimidated by. I have quite a few of these, actually, especially during my reading slumps. I get really intimidated by, like, bigger books. It's things like Game of Thrones. Those are, like, really thick books, and they're sort of hard to get through. But yeah, books like that I find most intimidating, so there is going to be a lot of those on this list. Number 5. My number 5 book that I am intimidated by is Casual Vacancy / The Cuckoo's Calling / any of Robert Galbraith / J.K. Rowling's adult novels. Since Harry Potter has been my childhood, I haven't really took notice in J.K. Rowling's particular writing style, and so I'm kind of scared that once I start reading her adult novels, that I won't like them. Like, I won't like the writing style or something. I don't know. I have the books, I just haven't read them yet. And I don't know when I'm going to get to them. And they are pretty big books, too. So, yeah, I don't know. Number 4. The number 4 book that I am intimidated by is sort of actually a series, but it could apply to any of the books in the series, and that is The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo by Stieg Larsson, I believe his name is, and I don't know why I tried to get into the first book. I don't know if it was too adult for me at the time, but I just couldn't really get into the concept of it, and yeah, I mean, that was probably quite a few months ago that I tried to read it, but maybe even longer than that, actually. So I don't know how I'd feel about it now, but, you know, reading slumps don't help. So yeah, all 3 books in the series are pretty freaking intimidating. I have them all, but I just don't know if I am going to get to them. Definitely not anytime soon, if at all. Number 3. The number 3 book that I am intimidated by is The Bone Season by Samantha Shannon. And the main reason why is because the books are so big. They're not the biggest books on this list, mind you, but just this book is, I don't know, there's something about it that just is, like, huge to me. Not to say that I'd be bored while reading it, because the premise is really fascinating, and I'm sure I'd like it a lot because everyone else has. But since it's a big book, and I have all these other books, I just haven't gotten around to reading it, and so I'm slightly more intimidated by the book than some of my others. Number 2. My number 2 book that I am intimidated by is the Outlander series by something Gabaldon. I'm terrible. I don't know her name off at the top of my head. I can't think of it right now, but the Outlander series. That could sort of tie with this is Mistborn, like that series, because they're both pretty big books and they are fantasy. And they're like really battle heavy, I've heard, and just I don't know, a part of me isn't sure if I'm going to like them 100%, but I mean, they're still on my list of books that I'm intrigued by, but I don't know if I exactly want to read them, if that makes any sense. So yeah, those two series are number 2 because they are pretty intimidating. Number 1. The number 1 book that I am the most intimidated by is Les Miserables by Victor Hugo. And if you know about this book, then there's really no explanation needed. It's just a huge book, and I hear great things about it. I have definitely considered multiple times of watching the movie adaptation of it to sort of make it easier to read, I think, but I haven't had really the chance to get into the movie yet, so I don't really know. Plus, it's just freaking huge, and like, who's got that time? Like, I don't. I mean, I do, but I don't. So anyways, that is my top 5 books that I'm intimidated by. And yeah, it's pretty self-explanatory. So I will see you all next week for another Top 5 Wednesdays video. And yeah.